Oh, a very good morning, everyone. In the world of YouTube, it is Thursday, the 13th of February, 2020. Now, there's a big thing, as we've all been aware. None of us live under a rock anymore. Coronavirus is on the shores of the UK. It is a global threat. Coronavirus, we started looking at first as, there's some kind of illness going around. Good morning, the Transport Hub. And then we started hearing that it's going to different countries, and we all thought, well, it's nothing much to worry about, it will stay where it is. Now it's on the shores of the UK. The coronavirus is slowly arcing its way around the world. But what can we all do to help prevent the spread? Now, I've done a little video on this before. I went live in my living room and gave people a good sound bit of advice on how to stop spreading it, but I'm going to go one further. If you use public transport and you're in the UK and you live within 4 miles of work, as I do, walk if you can. I know it's not for everyone, but I think one of the worst ways, or best ways, depending on how you look at it, of spreading any kind of illness really, is by using public transport. And I can tell you now, 100%, buses in whatever respective garage they're from do not get cleaned the way you would hope they get cleaned. I can tell you that. Yeah? The floors might get mopped, but that's about it. All of those handrails, after someone sneezes in their hand and then goes and grabs the rail or touches the button, puts their hands all over the seats and blah, blah, blah. And when the bus windows condense up and you can't see, and then you go putting your hand on the window to wipe off the condensation so you can see outside, all of that is someone's breath that has been inside someone's body that is probably packed full of germs, viruses and bacteria and disease. Believe me, buses and trains are an absolute harbour for death, is what they are. So all I'm going to suggest, and I don't want to scare people too much, if you live within 4 miles of work, or school for that matter, I can tell you at an average pace, 4 miles will take you an hour and 20 minutes. All you have to do is wake up a little bit earlier, have your breakfast a little bit earlier, walk your dog a little bit earlier, put your headphones in, listen to some music or the radio, and give yourself an hour and 20 minutes to walk to where you're going. Not only will you be better for it, for not using public transport and not burning fossil fuel, you'll also have a little bit of exercise, which you'll absolutely love by the time you get to work. You have all those endorphins in your system. You'll feel, hang on a minute, I've just walked to work. This ain't that bad. I've saved myself £1.50 on my Oyster card, or whatever the fare is wherever you are. You see, you've saved money, you've saved the environment to a small degree, you've made yourself that little bit healthier, and you know you're not having some diseased person breathe all over you. You know that day you are not going to be catching coronavirus. You see, it's silly little things like that. I think walking to work or walking to school, just give yourself a bit of extra time. It's doable. Most people live within 4 miles of where they work, or certainly within 5. You see, give yourself an hour and a half, or for 5 miles. You can literally listen to 2 of your favourite albums in that time. and have a moderately slow walk, you'll be good. I'm telling you. Now also, if there's any bus companies or public transport companies that just so happen to see this video, it's highly unlikely. I believe my manager may see this video. That's fine. I want you to pay attention. Your cleaners, you need to have them wearing gloves when they clean the buses. They need to be using a clean mop every day, not the same one that gets pushed around each bus for a month. Also, they need to actually use, thank you arsehole, cheers arsehole, you've been rumbled. There he is, look. Hey. You know, not pushing the same dirty mop around the floor of every bus for over a month. Disinfectant needs to be used. You know, there's, in the pound shop, across the UK you can get bottles of antibacterial spray for, you guessed it, £1. And if it's Dettol, and there are other brands available, but Dettol specifically can kill the coronavirus. Isn't that strange? You see, so there's many ways of keeping buses and trains clean. But if you can avoid it 100%, please do avoid it. Keep yourself safe, keep yourself healthy. Get yourself a bit of exercise. Avoid sitting on a crammed train or a crammed bus. Just avoid it if you can, like the plague. Let's read some of these comments. Let's have a look. The Transport Hub's very active this morning, along with Jay. Morning, Chris. Morning, Transport Hub. Walking strengthens your immune system too. That's very true, Jay. That's very true. Myself, I would always walk to work before I got ill last year. In fact, I was walking to work for 2 years prior to me getting ill, but my ill had nothing to do with anything else. As most of us know, I had cancer, which is nothing to do with being ill per se, but hey ho. So I'm walking to work again. This is my 3rd day this week of walking into work this year, and I'm enjoying it, to be fair. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying talking to you guys. I'm enjoying getting the exercise once again. Let's have a look. Transport Fan 01, hi, how are you? W1, I'm got a hygiene freak. Oh, that's supposed to say not a hygiene freak, but it pisses me off when someone coughs behind me and I can feel it on my neck. I can tell you now, if someone coughs behind me and I feel it on my neck, that person is going to get the biggest bollocking they've had in their life. And that's not a threat, that is an absolute promise. Let's have a look what the Transport Hub says. On Monday, the bus, I went okay, that's supposed to be on, had soiling on the floor. As soon as you get on, it was only a bit, even so, not very pleasant, and made the bus smell. Yeah, you see, stuff like that. Bus drivers, please be aware. Please, please, please be aware, bus drivers. If you're as paranoid as I am, especially when you're someone like me who has been neutropenic for months and months and months, which means having no immune system, if you're going to be driving a bus, it won't hurt you to take a pack of antibacterial wipes just to wipe the steering wheel. You know, I actually personally think that bus companies should be providing these antibacterial wipes. Are relatively cheap to each driver, so they can actually, you know, do this themselves. I mean, I know each bus should be cleaned every day, but when a driver does his or her pre-service check in the morning, we have to check the bells and we have to make sure the handrails are secure. We have to check everything else in the bus. When we know that bus hasn't been cleaned, what are we doing? We're touching dirty, germ-covered surfaces, and we're getting those dirty germs into our bodies. And that's how we're getting ill. I actually shudder to think how fast the coronavirus will actually spread. if it actually reached someone who was using public transport. I mean, it's a no-brainer, really. I mean, you think if one person can spread it to 10 people, and it's not spread through coughs and sneezes, it's spread by literally breathing on someone. You could literally stand next to someone who's got it and get it. You see, that's how contagious this nasty virus is. So if one person spreads it to 10 people just by breathing, and then 10 people, without knowing they've got it, ends up spreading it to another 10 people, and then those people spread it to 10 people, how many have we got? I don't know, I've lost count. That's how contagious this coronavirus is. That's literally the scale of what we're looking at, and no one's really thinking about it in those kinds of shocking terms, but that is the reality. If one person spreads it to 10 people, and then those 10 people spread it to an equal amount of 10 people each, you know, that's a clusterfuck of illness. Yes, it is. So we all need to make sure we do everything we can to try and prevent that, even if it means going out onto public transport wearing masks. I have a box of masks at home because when I needed them, when I came out of hospital, they were there. You see, I came out of hospital neutropenic. I had literally no immune system whatsoever. I need to wear a mask. And it's not just that, it's other people that were around me that were coughing and spluttering also had to wear a mask. It's that double protection. I'm actually beginning to wonder if it does turn into a global pandemic, would everyone be required to wear a mask? You know, just for our own protection. I'm pretty sure that I heard on the news yesterday that police now in this country have the power to forcibly detain and quarantine people suspected of having coronavirus against their will. And I understand that, and I actually accept that, you see. But we can all do something, just a little something to play out, to play a part in prevention. I've said this in my previous coronavirus video, you know, prevention is the best way to deal with it. So prevent yourself from getting ill. Use antibacterial wipes, use the hand gel, use a mask if you have to, avoid public transport. If you live within 5 miles of work, like I do, I know it's difficult, I know you may not want to, but you know, have the strength one day to put your trainers on, put your shoes in your bag and walk to work. It takes, on average, like I said, 4 miles will take the average person a good hour and 10 to an hour and 20 minutes. Leave home earlier, get your walking in, get your step count up, keep yourself healthy, get yourself out of public transport and avoid people being ill on you, avoid getting sick. These are things that we can all do, you see, and if you do, for some reason, think that you have got coronavirus, if you have all of the symptoms, if you feel like you've got a cold or flu, if you feel like you're hot, claggy and sweaty, if you feel like your breathing is really difficult and you're wheezing, you know, and your respiratory system is really getting to a point where you just can't take it, don't go to A&E. Do not go down to the GP surgery. You call 101 and you lock yourself away. Seriously, self-quarantine. If you feel that you're that ill and you feel that you may have coronavirus, don't just think, well, I'll put it off. Don't do that. Literally, self-quarantine yourself. And also what you can do is, if you have these antibacterial gels or soaps at home, use these things to wash your body. Seriously, if you've got a large squirty bottle of antibacterial soap that you would normally wash your hands with, when you get in the shower, put that on your sponge and wash your body with it. It's a silly thing like that, but it helps. If you have a good mouthwash, Listerine. Listerine is another one. Kills 99.9% of bacteria. Rinse your mouth out and gargle with Listerine. That can also help with preventing the spread of nasty germs and bacteria. Because if you're breathing on someone, It's coming from you, your mouth, your nose. At least help other people by helping yourself. Gargle with a good, strong antibacterial mouthwash and kill whatever is in the back of your throat. There's plenty of ways of dealing with this. We can all do something to help prevent it from spreading. So that's me having my little rant and ramble this morning. I hope everyone's finding these videos a hell of a lot clearer. If you didn't know, I have upgraded my phone recently. I've gone to an iPhone. Oh my goodness. Yes, I have. I bent over and took it like a man, everyone. I went from Android to Apple for the first time, and more than likely the last time because of how expensive they are. But even I can tell, looking at the screen now, that the colours are rich and vibrant. You see, it's a good picture quality. So I hope we're all finding that. I hope we're all finding the sound quality a hell of a lot better. If it's your first time joining me and you found this video quite interesting and informative and you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. It might even be on that side, depending if the video flips. Hit that notifications button and please share these videos. You know, I might say something that you don't agree with, but if you don't agree with what I say, put it in the comments section down below. Let's talk about it. That's why we do this. This is Real Talk. And also, I don't like asking, but what I'm also going to do is put a link in the description of this video for my PayPal me. I don't do Patreon because I don't believe in promising something that I can't deliver on. But if you feel this video or this channel is worth a small donation, then no one would appreciate that more than me. And it would get put to absolutely fantastically good use and help me to produce much better videos in the future. As I said before, it is Thursday, it is the 13th, it is February 2020,